Okay, here we are. Go ahead.
I'm so excited about this
I know, me too.
episode. We have Miss Gabi De La Rosa with us today. She's going to be talking everything about editorial and all things marketing through through editorial pieces, and then also what photography looks like in an editorial piece, and coming from like an editor, what they look, what you look for too,
Totally.
whenever you look at photography and using all that editorial stuff.
So excited.
Before we start, we always start our sessions with a top 3. So do you want to start?
Yeah,
off?
I'll start. I'll
Paige will
start first, so you can have a model. Because I'm just such a model for this. Okay, so my top 3. Okay, so we'll start with the girls trip, because this is really quite funny. I just went on a girls trip, Gabby, and it's like 6 of us total. And we've all known each other since high school. Some of us have known each other since we were much younger than that, like 9. But it was so comical this time. We had a great time. We went to Park City, so I'll talk about that for a hot minute.
So fun.
But I have like a little rundown of things that we did in Park City, so I'll link that in the show notes. If you haven't been, I love it there. It's such a great mountain town. Like, it's got so many cool things, cute shops.
And even beautiful in the summer.
Yes, we were there. Yes, in the fall, summer. My brother got married there, so I've seen it like in all the seasons. We've skied there. I love it there. So it's a great, like, easy flight drive from Salt Lake City.
Right.
So 1 is just the girls trip. 2, what we found on this girls trip is, like, we always talk about things that we like, and it was so funny. Everything we left with was like self-care items, but it wasn't even like, like the Botox and like all these things. Like, one of them, which is going to be my second one, is a parasite cleanse. Have you heard of this?
No. Have you heard of
Gabby?
this, Gabby? Yes. Okay.
Okay, so, like, they say we all, like, have parasites in our body.
Okay.
And so you can do this parasite cleanse, and, like, one is, I think it's about 30 days, and it basically has to have, like, 3 ingredients in it. I think there are a bunch of different ones you can do. But, like, that was one of the topics that we were talking about on it, which makes
parasite cleanse.
Yeah, I already ordered it. It hasn't come in yet, but I'm like waiting for it to come in.
See the parasite?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it comes out because you want it to. You want it to die and leave. Yeah. And some of the like conversations surrounding this parasite cleanse about like when they died, Gabby's cracking up. Like, I know it is so gross, but also I'm like, please get that out of me. Like, I do not want it. So.
What? I am blown away at the moment. Okay, cool. Parasite cleanse.
I know, you're welcome.
Link what you get. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Here's what we'll do. You go through the cleanse first. Okay. Tell me how it is, and if you like it, I will also get it.
Okay, sounds great. I will. I'll report back on the parasite cleanse. And then number 3 is kind of another crunchy thing: dry brushing. Do you do dry brushing?
I feel like I've heard this before. But no, I don't. So tell me a little bit more about it.
Okay, so I'm not good at doing it like all over my body. Like, it's supposed to be good for your like lymph nodes and lymphatic system and kind of clear out, your system, whatever. The way that I am like most religiously doing it is on my face. So Primally Pure, which is I've talked about them before. Yes. I use a lot of their products. They have a dry brush, and so I bought it, and it's a facial one.
Okay.
And so, same. It can kind of like just clear your lymph nodes, get all this stuff in your face. It does some exfoliating. So that's the one I like feel like I can commit to the most.
Amazing.
Like the whole body one and doing it multiple times a day, I can't commit to that. But the face one, I'm like, 1 or 2 minutes while I'm getting ready, I can commit to that. So that's my third one, is dry brushing.
Oh my gosh. All right, Gabby, tell us your 3.
Well, so dry brushing, I feel like I would want to commit to that, but you have to open up your lymph nodes, and then you have to brush towards the heart, and to see effects, you have to do it consistently.
Yes.
It's a lot. Like, when I get in the shower, I'm like,
over
and out.
Yeah.
So I guess my top 3 will stay on the topic of self-care. A non-negotiable for me is just moving in my day. I think that people, especially women, confuse working out with losing weight. And they are not the same thing. For me, working out it's the biggest form of self-care.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at it.
Totally.
So that's a commitment every day for me.
Yes.
It's way cheaper than therapy. So
Gabby,
Yeah.
I am 100% with you. And if you have listened to the podcast, I go to all the crazy ones because I
Pilates.
go to the heated ones. I go to like, I feel the same way about it though. Like if I get my workout in, I just like feel overall better mentally and
Yes.
just like, it just centers me when it's busy season and things are crazy. Like I have to commit to that. It's something that is in my daily schedule
right.
always. So I'm with you.
Well, and my oldest daughter, has recently started walking in the mornings before work. So she gets up at 6 a.m., walks for 45 minutes, and she was like, Mom, you're right. It really does wake you up and make your day better. And I was like,
See?
I told you.
Totally.
Yeah.
And a side effect is there's so many great things, and every study
Totally.
proves it. But one of the things is it does widen your caloric window a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's not why we should be doing it.
Totally.
We should be doing it to help our bodies and our minds, not so that we can eat more pasta or drink more
Totally.
milk. I
Right.
think there's just a lot of confusion about that.
I love
so my second thing, let's see, I had 3 things. My second thing is on the editorial side, something called powerthesaurus.org.
Oh, okay.
It is so great. It's just it's a website, and you can just type in any word, and it gives you a list of every synonym or antonym you want.
That's amazing.
that. That is
Fantastic.
awesome.
So then that way, if you try and use amazing, incredible, phenomenal, like
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I've used these words 25,000 times. I need a
Yeah.
different word.
Well, and also, like, in my writing, delicious.
Yes.
Bespoke or fashion, and there's only so many times in an article you can use that. So
Yes.
powerthesaurus.org.
I love that.
Oh, and I think most people do this, and if they're not, they should, but using social media, Instagram, TikTok, not to scroll, but as a search engine.
Ooh, okay.
It is powerful as a search engine. And
I like
Uh-huh.
this advice.
people, places, food, whatever you want. Whatever you
Yeah.
want. Don't use Google.
Use a social media site.
Or TikTok. And you can localize it. You can say Houston, cute outfits.
Yeah.
And boom.
It pops up.
Yeah.
That's great.
And so not only are you seeing the cute outfits, you're seeing the creators. You're
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
who's wearing it. You're seeing where they are, where they're wearing the cute outfits. So there's just so many different ways to use that.
I love that.
That is amazing. Oh, I like your top 3. Those are incredible. Those are really, really good. Those are really good top 3 because I feel like also you have like 15,000 products that you've you know what I mean, that you've used on like a daily. And I love that these are not necessarily products. These are things that you do every single day that
Yeah,
you
those are
love
great.
and are tangible, and
Yeah,
we can
those
use
are
it
great.
like now. Yeah, waking up in the morning and just moving your body is huge.
Yeah.
That's actually whenever I got that walking pad, and I still don't use. My kids like ask me, they're like, "Mommy, can we hop on your running thing?" And I'm like, "No, actually, you probably should." It's like, you know how you like, there's like some people use it for their dogs to walk their
move.
dogs. Yeah. And I'm like, ooh, I use it for my children, to get there.
I've actually started walking and like creating lists or like thinking through where that's not my only form of exercise, but just movement, like just
Yeah.
to like be moving while I'm thinking. And like, I feel like it helps me kind of like think through things. If I'm working on a project, like it just kind of helps me like think about my thoughts. And just being outside, like I feel like
Yeah.
helped so much being outside.
Just your mood and everything.
Yeah.
The only thing with using the phone and walking, for example, that I see people is that you have your phone and you're looking down. So
Yes.
Oh yeah.
right here. If
Uh-huh.
you
Yeah.
jowl, and then you're going to start getting pain in the back of
Yes.
your neck. I've written about this. It's called tech neck. So
Yes.
when I walk, I allow myself about 5 to 7 minutes to just catch up in the morning on my socials or whatever. But I'm the weirdo holding my phone like this as I'm walking. I'm like, but because you have to be very conscious of that.
Yes. I'm actually usually dictating. So I'm usually the weirdo that's like holding it up talking so I'm not having to type while I walk.
That's a thing, is tech neck. That makes sense
It
because
totally
we're here.
does.
And you have the hump in the back and the chin. Well, that's probably why I have the thingy here. That's amazing.
There's specific exercises to do now.
To get rid of that?
Yeah.
Oh, I need that. That's amazing. Okay. Well,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I feel like we could talk all day long about this.
Just the top three.
I know, just on
This
top
is
three.
why we
This
love
is-
top three so much.
We just like, I know, plow through. Okay. So
Okay,
before we start,
yeah, go.
so Gabby, tell everybody who you are, what do you do, maybe a couple of the publications that you work with, and then we'll kind of dive in from there.
So I am a writer, a freelance writer and editor here in Houston, Texas. I've been doing this for a little over a decade, probably. I always say I have like 50 million jobs. I'm a staff writer for a luxury hotel. I'm the editor of 2 magazines, and then I'm a contributor to several other publications, including Culture Map and Cron. I recently started writing for Southern Living. So I just have my hands in a lot of different things.
That's so cool.
Which is amazing. And you are so good at what you do. So Gabby and I met when they were looking for a photographer for River Oaks Lifestyle and Memorial Lifestyle. Actually, just Memorial Lifestyle, I guess, at the time. And you reached out to me to ask if I would be interested in doing photography for that publication. And I was so nervous at the time. It was so fun, like, to be able to sit down with you both. I'm like, yes, I will definitely do this. And then I guess we're like, what are we, 5 years in now?
4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years in now, which is kind of crazy.
Said Memorial will be 5 years this year, right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay,
This
so
fall.
yeah. Okay, so 5 years ago, which is crazy to think about. 5 years ago, that's how long we've been working together. She's
fun.
seen literally all of my babies like grow up over time, which is so cool. Anyway, okay, so our question to you, guys, like talking about the subject of editorial and writing and photography. So when you write your articles, when you have a photo that you're trying to put in there, what are some things that you're looking for to use in order to enhance like that writing piece?
So one of the biggest things the biggest thing for me actually when I'm putting together an article is the photography. I will often ask people before I even interview them, I will make sure that I have quality photography, because if I don't, bad photography kills good writing. The end.
Wow.
No one is going to read the article if the photography is bad. And that's in a print magazine. Now let's talk about digital. So in every digital article you have a header. So you have the header photo and then the headline. If that header photo does not grab people in, they're not going to click.
Yeah.
So the photography is key for me. So with that, obviously good lighting. Something that is eye-catching. Sometimes it's something like you don't almost know what you're looking at. If it's something like I just wrote about Beyonce, obviously, everyone's going to look at her. Or if it's a celebrity, it's not as important. But I sometimes choose things that are a little bit odd or a little bit like you have to take a second look to really know what you're seeing. With people, I like movement. I like engaging. I really hate headshots.
Yeah.
I know that everyone thinks that their staff is the most important, but it's really not going to draw people in.
Yeah.
No.
So staff photos will go at the bottom of an article or somewhere in the article, but they're never going to be front and center if I can help it. Sometimes I can't. So yeah, that's what I would say that I kind of look for with photos.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's really good.
So I guess this like good segue into was like, have you ever experienced a bad photo but a great article?
Yes, and the article won't get published.
At all. So in most publications, your editors who are running the publications or even online or wherever, if you send in like a bad photo, they're going to be like, yeah, no, this is not going to be run, even though the article could be amazing.
They will come back to me for more, and I don't have control of the photography a lot of times.
Well,
Right?
that's so true.
It's coming from PR, it's coming from the person, the place, whatever it is. So I will get the photos and then I pass them on to the editor, and they'll come back to me often and say, do you have any more? Do we have any more choices? And sometimes it's a back and forth. When it's me personally as the editor, it won't run.
Okay.
We have postponed articles for months. And
Yeah.
I'll just say, you need professional photos. We cannot run this.
Wow.
I say it nicely,
Yeah.
but it's, first of all, it's my name. It's the magazine's
Yes.
name. And it's the audience. We have integrity that we need to uphold and expectations, and we have to maintain those. So for me, it just won't run.
Yeah. Which is so, I mean, this, again, it's so vital. Everybody, and that's one thing that I try and tell my clients too, whenever we're taking branding and marketing photos, is that these photos are what is going to draw your client in.
Yeah.
Right.
So if we're not getting engaging photos, it's just going to fall flat on the floor. And don't get me wrong, like there is a great market for a good headshot, like you were saying, but that's not going to make someone want to click on it and like buy the whatever product that you have. You need to show like the actual, like you were saying, like movement or making it visually appealing. So then that way someone's like, oh, I wonder what that is about. Let me
Yeah.
click on that. Let me read through a little bit more to see what that photo looks or is about a little bit more, which is really impressive. I know. I think over the years especially that I've worked with you, it has been so eye-opening to be able to see one from like where I started and then to now, just how the photography has changed and now what to look for whenever I'm as a photographer, whenever I'm photographing things.
Yeah.
To make sure, oh, that was another thing I was going to say is whenever I'm photographing, I also have to make sure that I have space. Like, so whenever I'm talking with Gabby, I always ask her about like a layout. So to make sure that I'm capturing all the different angles, all the different styles that, making sure if I need a little bit of extra space at the top for a header, if I need a little extra space on the
Yeah.
side for, all those little, I don't even know what they're called, Gabby. Yes. Sidebars. I'm like, I don't even know what they're called. Half the time I show
You
up.
just leave room for them.
Truly. I mean, like half the time I show up for the shoot and I'm like, all right, Gabby, you tell me what the layout's going to look like and I will make sure we capture and we get a good photo in there. And then most of the time whenever we're there, Gabby's like, all right, do you think we have a cover? Or do you think we have some good, photos for the
Yeah.
interior? And most of the time it's like, I mean, we will never leave if we don't have that. But there are times also that I'm like, within the first couple minutes, I'm like, we've got it. We're done. Like we've got it. Like I think our last shoot that we did together with the Houston Ballet, I was like, okay, done. Like
He was fantastic.
It was
But not everybody's like that, and not everybody is as knowledgeable about their body and their physical space and lines, and he was, and that was a dream come true. But one of the things I think for photographers to keep in mind for editorial is always leave more space around because we can crop. Always
Yeah.
make sure every body part is in the photo.
Yes.
We can crop what we want, but we can't bring it back. you
Right.
know? And so it's always better to do it that way and then edit post than it is to be like, where's the
I wish I would have gotten.
Yeah. And then little things that you just don't think about, like the wrinkles in the shirt or the way the jeans bunch up when you sit down or stuff like that. It's always important. Well, it's always best for editorial to have someone else there to be able to kind of go in and fix and smooth creases and fix hair and do all of those things, because that stuff is easier to fix on site than it is in post, as you guys know.
Yes, absolutely. And then half the time too, when we go to a shoot, as a photographer, I never know what I'm walking into.
Right.
Most of the time, I'm just like, oh my goodness, okay, do we have light? Do we have is there going to be, who all is involved in this
Yeah.
shoot? How many people are going to be there? Especially because I would say what we do, editorial pieces run so many months. We have to shoot it so many months in advance.
Right.
So everything that you're seeing, whenever you get a Christmas card ad or if you get some kind of a Christmas promotion, all of that has already been photographed maybe in July or even June, right, in the summer. And so, you're having to do things so far in advance that it just kind of makes things a little bit more tricky. Or if you're doing it for, say, like the Cron or something like that, it's a quick turnaround. So you're showing up, you're photographing it, you're editing maybe a little bit, not to your extensive piece of it, and then you're turning it around and back to them, within a couple of hours.
Right.
So it can get a little bit. Photography in the editorial world is, it's fun.
Right. I mean, you and I have run into the local celebrities that, as far as editing,
Yes.
that's just
Yes.
a story.
Local
celebrities.
That's a whole podcast episode in and of itself.
I love that you called them that.
A local celebrity. That is exactly right.
Great.
And it's yeah.
Yeah, we do.
We do know.
Their expectations. But then there's the people that are just like, let me just show up and stand there and tell me what to do. And
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, honestly, and then that way our creative liberty, your and mine, which I think that makes it so nice is whenever you have your editor, your writer, and your photographer on set or on the shoot at the same time, it makes it so much better because I feel like it does. Because then whenever I'm capturing that photo, I can bounce ideas off of Gabby because she knows what she's going to be writing about, right?
Absolutely.
And so if I am
So
just showing
helpful.
up and I'm like, I have no clue what she's going to be writing about, I hope I'm getting my shot that's going to be included, like whatever she's writing about is
sure.
going to be included in this. It just makes life so much easier in that I can like look at Gabby and be like, okay, Gabby, I think this is going to be a really good shot. What do you think based on what you're going to be writing about?
yeah.
And it just, oh my gosh, the tag team on that is I just feel like it's so crucial. I know sometimes maybe, and I don't know about large editorial shoots if that happens or not. If you never know. Like if big publications have their editors on site or their writers on site
Yeah.
during the shoot. I guess
feel
you could
like
probably
there's
speak
always
to
a
that more.
team, like a style team. But I think what's important though, is that there has to be like a trust and a synergy between whoever's on site and the photographer. Because someone has a vision in their head and that vision has to
Yep.
be captured. So when you're there's nothing worse than going to a photo shoot, getting the photos, and then you get back and you're like, gosh, we didn't get exactly what I envisioned, or I wish we had done this. To where, Lauren, you and I'm like, can I see?
Yes.
Show me your screen, and and I'm like, oh, let's do it this way, or let's move this way, or because that's what I'm thinking, and
Yes.
you capture that in the moment.
Yes.
And it's just crucial. It's crucial because we're both creative, so when we can capture that synergy, it ends up being perfect.
Right. And as a photographer, I just want to put this on the record, and this might be like, this might not be like this might be a hot topic, but yes, we are creatives, but we also have to be flexible. Like you have to be able to listen to your counterpart. So like for me, I have to listen to Gabby to be like, listen, like Gabby is right. This is what she's creating. Like I am creating it visually. She's creating it like with words, right?
Yeah.
And so we have to we have to work together. And so even though maybe sometimes I'm like, I don't know if that's going to look good. And then Gabby's like, let's just try this. And like, we create it. And I'm like, oh no, that's perfect. It's just so vital. Because I know sometimes there are photographers out there that are like, no, it's my way or the highway. This is my creative decision. It's not going to change.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to be doing. And you just can't do that. I just don't feel like you can.
That's a
And
good point.
you're just going to, make yourself fall flat if you're constantly thinking that your way is the only way.
Right.
Because you're never going to be able to grow or be able to work with people when you
Yeah.
have that big of a team in the editorial realm of life. So anyway, sorry, I'll get off my soapbox on that one. Okay, so my next question. Okay, so if a photographer is wanting to get into editorial work, so if you have a photographer that's like wanting to start in the editorial field, who I guess maybe are the people who you would recommend contact or reach out to share their pieces or their portfolio? What does that typically look like?
So there's a few different ways that'll happen. I mean, I think exactly what you did was, I would recommend stalking the publication that you want to be into, figure out who is who on the staff, and then like you DM'd, I think you DM'd me, you DM'd the magazine, you DM'd whoever it is.
Yeah.
But figure out the important people and recognize what their roles are. So I would say editors are really important. People don't realize that publisher is a fancy word for salesperson. Those are the people that are seeing the ads that go into whatever it is, typically.
Yes.
So I would say editors are important, creative directors are important, digital editors are important, because those are the people that are making the decisions of what is on the page, whether that's digitally or physically. So I would say those people, and don't just automatically it's always nice when you have kind of a warm lead, like you followed them, you've liked their stuff, you've messaged, oh, very cool, or just a few a few comments, and then you're like,
right.
Hey, I'm a photographer, can we work together? That's always nice.
Yeah.
I love that advice.
What else? I mean, for digital publications, I would say that's the easiest way. And then, places hire in the traditional ways, and it's all about networking and connecting and knowing the right people.
That's so true. Right. And just getting connected into those teams.
Right.
Yeah. PR teams are a big one. Also, different PR companies will hire photographers out to take photos of their clients, and then those photos end up in editorial pieces as well.
Exactly. And I would say use every opportunity, even if it's the smallest opportunity, to make the best impression. If you are taking a picture of a glass of wine and a plate, that's the photo shoot of your life, right? Because that person is then going to say, I love Lauren, I love Paige, you should use them. And word, Lauren, spreads quickly. And
Yes.
clients you never thought you'd have, because that glass of wine and that plate were a smash hit.
Absolutely. That is so true.
Such good advice, Gabby.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we won't keep you too much longer, but if you could give advice to a photographer, just like a one little bitty piece of advice, what would you give
I don't know,
them?
that last one was pretty good, but if you have another one.
But if you have another one.
I would say, for me as a writer, and even as a writer, I'm saying that on a page, physical or reading a digital story, photography is the most important thing. So really treat it like a storybook. Like, no one is going to read the words, they're only going to look at your photo, and every photo tells a story. If that photo is a hamburger, it's telling the story of how juicy and tender that burger is going to be. If it's a person, it's their outfit, it's the lighting, it's the plants, it's whatever it is, every photo tells a story.
Oh, I love that.
I love that too.
To keep that in their brain. Oh my goodness. Gabby, thank you so much for taking your time with us. This was such a joy.
It was great.
I absolutely love this. And so we'll also, because I know you do freelance writing, so we'll put your link and stuff in the bio too if anybody needs to reach out. She does incredible work. I mean, as far as freelance writing goes. So if you need any kind of writing, whatever, she's your girl. She makes your story just shine. It's amazing. I'm really impressed. Every time I read stories from you, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want this. I want to go on this right now. So thank you so much again, Gabby, for taking your time and for chatting with us and chatting with the world. So, all right, guys. And then as always, please like and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.